Kira here with a scrapbook layout process video. I'm doing a scrapbook lift of this layout by Anna. So I am, for this little series here, I'm going to be scrap lifting 3 of my design team members on the Citrus Twist design team. And I'm only using the main kit, the main November kit. And I basically wanted to show everyone how you can get lots of layouts done using just the main kit, and you can get them done quickly by just scrap lifting the amazing talent that we have on the design team. So the first one I'm doing here is Anna's layout, and she made this with the October kit, and then I'll be scrap lifting Kelly Barron and Mary, and I'll post videos for all those so you guys can see all of my scrap lifts. And so with Anna's layout, she always does, like with her style, she just always includes really subtle mixed media. And you guys know I'm not a huge mixed media person, but I powered through with this one and got some mixed media on my page. And I'm using products that aren't really like what everybody should have. So I just grabbed some ink, some Altenew ink, some stamping ink, and stamped it on some packaging and added some water and did the packaging technique with that. And it worked out just fine. You know, it's a great way to use your products and not have to go out and buy brand new stuff, because you know I'm not going to do mixed media techniques on all of my layouts, so it's kind of silly to have a lot of mixed media products. I do have some Heidi Swap color shine though, and I have this yellow color, and so I decided to do a little bit of splatters with that yellow on my page as well. And I basically just stuck to kind of the color scheme that she used for her mixed media, and just went with that just to make it easier and not have to think about it too much. So the picture that I am scrapbooking today is a picture of my son Elliot at the splash pad, and this is down at the Pearl District Farmers Market. We go every Sunday, we go down there, and my kids have never had any interest in the splash pad. All summer long we go there, and it's like 100 degrees out, and they have no interest in going to the splash pad. And then it's like fall now, and we go to the farmer's market, and they're all about it. There's no other kids playing in the splash pad because it's like cold to locals here. But it's like, you know, it's like 75 degrees out or something. And so my kids are all about it. And so that's just a picture of Elliot, just his first time playing a splash pad. And it's, you can just see the pure joy on his face playing it in this thing. So they had a lot of fun. I got a lot of really cute pictures of both of them. So yeah, I decided to do this picture. And I was just looking through the papers to see which papers I wanted to use. And Anna did some, just a few layers behind her photo. So she did just some white cardstock behind her photo, and then she did another layer behind that. And she kind of layered all the layers. Oh, geez. Sorry, it's gonna be one of those voiceovers. So she did them kind of like, kind of wonky on the page, I guess. So I wanted to mimic that and made mine kind of wonky as well. And I stuck to her layout pretty closely because I just wanted to get this done really quickly. And I got this layout done in less than 30 minutes. It took me to do this. And you can see all the while I was doing this, my son was painting next to me. So I was able to get this whole page done with a toddler crafting next to me. So yeah, I was pretty happy with how quickly it was to just scrap lift this page. So now I'm kind of looking through all of the embellishments and kind of just trying to decide what more I wanted to add to my layers. And there's my son's beautiful artwork there. He loves purple, you guys, and I hate the color purple, but I support his decisions in liking that hideous color because that's what good moms do. So you can see when I put this down that it pretty much covers up almost all of that mixed media, but you do see a little bit peeking out, and I was fine with that. I didn't want to add any more because I was happy with the amount that I had added on there. Because like I said, with Anna's scrapbooking techniques, she always just does these really subtle mixed media behind her layers that sometimes you don't even notice it's there, but it's just so perfect and subtle that I just really like that. So I didn't want to add too much and just like make it look a little bit overboard, I guess. So I just left it as is. I'm taking some of these labels, and I cut up that entire sheet of label paper that was from the Maggie Holmes Carousel collection, and I just fussy cut them all out and just added them to my little ephemera dish over here, and I just cut one in half so it looked like one long strip. And Anna's original, I believe she put some washi tape strips down, but we do not have washi tape in this kit this month. So I used just that label, and then I think I cut up another label as well, and I use a little bit of this branding strip too to just add a little bit more of a layer there too. And I'm just trying to get it to a size that I prefer, so I just kind of fuss with it a little bit, and then I ended up just putting it kind of on top of that label, and so it kind of ends up being more like a tiny word sticker, but then I have it, part of it is going to be on this side, and then the other part is going to be on the other side, so it looks like it spans the entire label from left to right. And Anna had a little ticket, I believe, that was on the bottom part of this layer. So I just went ahead and took another one of those labels, and I'm going to go ahead and cut that one in half so I can save a little bit for another layout. And then I will use just half of it peeking out, just like Anna did for her ticket. And the one thing that I do like about scrap lifting, well, I like a lot of things about scrap lifting because it's easy to throw a page together because you just reference the person that you're scrap lifting. But I don't have to question my decisions as much. So you guys know when I do a scrapbook layout, I always kind of like don't adhere anything until the very last minute because I'm afraid of commitment. But with a scrap lift, I can start adhering stuff, halfway through making my page because I know it's going to go there. There's not much to question. So yeah, it was really easy to put this together, and I didn't have to worry too much about my decisions here. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that label in half so it doesn't waste a whole half of it. And then I'll adhere that down there too. And I did bump my photo up on a little bit of foam to give it some dimension. I'm not sure if Anna's original had foam behind any of her layers, but I have a hard time doing the layout without any, so I definitely knew something was going to be bumped up on foam. And I will just go ahead and adhere that whole chunk down. And then I'm going to go ahead and add some thread because that's another technique that Anna does a lot in her pages is she adds some thread in. So I just have this kind of light aqua color, and I did 3 little thread nests with that in the areas that Anna had on her layout. Again, there wasn't a whole lot of thought for me going into this. It was just, well, she's got this here, so I'm going to go ahead and stick this here too. And I do really like that texture that adds to the layout. I think it looks really cute, and I really like when scrapbookers do that. So I was happy to include it on my page. So now I'm going to start working on kind of embellishing a little bit. And Anna had a cluster kind of in the top right corner where she put her journaling. And then she had a couple little embellishments down here. So I'm going to go ahead and start adding some stuff that I think I'm going to use. And I had originally thought I was going to put like these flowers, like there was like a flower piece of ephemera, and I was going to put that down on the bottom, but I didn't think it was really that fitting for my picture. So I found this this little ampersand starburst piece of ephemera, and I thought that worked a lot better. And then on the upper cluster, I am actually going to use one of the tags, which is part of the ephemera too, and I think that ends up looking really cute. So I thought that I would use this label at first and build a little cluster there, but I didn't really like the way that was looking. But then I found this tag, and I thought that was cute, and it had the colors that I had been using throughout this layout. I had never intended, when I had first started making this layout, to do kind of this yellow and aqua kind of color scheme. That's just kind of, sorry if you can hear my children, they're watching a movie. That was kind of just what organically came out of this layout, and I really liked it because he's wearing these blue shorts and he has a little bit of green in his shirt and everything, so it worked out kind of nice. So I'm going to go ahead and add, there's this little black label, I'm going to add that up there as well, and I thought I was going to use that chipboard star, but then when I pick out my title, I end up using a different star up there, but I do stick with the star theme, because there are little stars on that tag, on that label tag. It's a tag. There are stars on that tag too, so it kind of works with what I add in a second. So Anna's title was just really short, and it was Dude, was what she titled hers, and so I found this phrase in the thicker pack we got, and it said rad, and I thought that worked perfect for this picture, since my son clearly thinks that the splash pad is completely rad. So I'll go ahead and stick that there, and then on that thicker sheet, there's also these little glitter stars, and so I decided to sprinkle those throughout my page too. I also wanted to use this little chipboard piece, because when I saw it, I knew I wanted to put it on a picture of Elliot, and it says, "Here Comes Trouble." And I thought, since it was yellow and it's a picture of Elliot, that it would work perfectly here. So I went ahead and stuck that down, and then just added a few more stars kind of around the layout. So now I'm just going to adhere the rest of the stuff down. This little tag I will adhere down. I'll glue down that baker's twine, which was not in the kit. This is just from my stash. It's just yellow baker's twine, and I just kind of just trail it down so it's just going to fall right there. And I think that looks fine. And once I get that down, I don't do any journaling on this page because I'm not a front of the page journaler, but I will add some stamping up at the top to kind of mimic where Anna did her journaling on her page. And the stamping that I did, I think it says something about you're made of stardust or something. I just thought it was kind of cute and kind of fit with the whole theme of the page. So I just stamped that a few times up top in some black ink, and then I'll go ahead and add my date stamp to the bottom in black ink as well. And then once I do that, then I go ahead and call this page done. So make sure to check out the rest of the scrap lifts that I did this month, and I will talk to you guys in another video soon. Have a good day. Bye.